Uh, I believe we have a couple candidates for Congressional District 15 here in the Republican primary. If you can come on down. In the meantime, I'll tell you, in Congressional District 14, there are 4 Democratic candidates, Jennifer Todd, Randy Raley, Paul Davis, and Kyle Nudo. These candidates had accepted an invitation to a forum this evening at Lincoln College, so they regret not participating here. The Republican candidates are Ryan Tebrugge and Judy Bowlby and incumbent Mary Miller. Miller did not respond to the league's invitation, but Tebrugge and Bowlby are here tonight, and we'll start off by introducing ourselves. Take it away, Mr. Tebrugge.
First of all, thank you for having me. Like you said, my name's Ryan Tebrugge. I'm the son of 2 union workers. So what that taught me growing up is what the value of hard work and kitchen table issues. And I think that that's ultimately what this race is about, kitchen table issues. It's taking money out of your pocket to utilize for government services, and we need to be better stewards of that. I was actually a Western graduate for my undergrad, so I've been here many times. And about me, I've been with the state for 13 years. I was a correctional officer, and now I was a teacher, and now I work in information security. I'm just trying to fight to keep your taxes local and bring more money into the district, and I'm trying to get us back to common sense.
Ms. Bowlby.
Good evening. I'm a lifelong resident of Central Illinois. Grew up on a small farm in Cerro Gordo, raised by my aunt and uncle. I actually have to give them most of the credit for basically providing me the skills and probably more importantly the values to get through a lot of life's challenges. And those were like hard work, knowing right from wrong, and then moving forward, knowing that direction, listening, and really trying to understand where the other person was coming from. I took those lessons to Eastern Illinois University, where I got my master's degree in clinical psychology. And I spent a number of my years helping people with problems. Then my career took a little bit different change, and for the next 30 years, I went into government affairs. And I spent the next 30 years actually negotiating legislation between Democrats and Republicans, and it can be done, I will tell you that. And it was to find that middle ground, especially for the middle class. And that has been the emphasis of my campaign.
You are both running against an incumbent in the primary, so we'll start with you, Ms. Bowlby. How would your approach to serving differ from the incumbent?
Boy, I can start a long list there. First of all, I would show up. Mary has not gone out to town hall meetings and answered questions. And this is a big area, covers 35 counties. And to understand what the needs are, you got to go out and talk to the people. And that's what I've been doing ever since I announced my campaign. That's the first thing. The other thing, and this is a big issue, is the community project funding issue. That is money that each congressman gets that can be brought back to the district. And Mary has not asked for those funds for the last 5.5 years. Now, just recently she asked, and I think part of that might be because she has some challengers, and it's an election year. And the sad thing about that is that these communities need that money for infrastructure. They need it for schools. They need it for a whole variety of things, and that would be the first thing that I would do, because this district has lost out millions. The only district in the entire state that has not received any of those monies until just recently.
Mr. Tebrugge, how would your approach to serving differ from the incumbent?
I would also echo what Judy said within community project funding. What I would also do, like she said, is show up. I came from a small town of 2,200 people. Politics is local to me. I just take it on a macro level. So again, this is money that's coming out of your pocket that should be coming back into the state, because that's roads, that's education funds. We keep talking about education. We need to bring that money back into the district. And my approach would also be is showing up. I want proactive government. What that means is showing up into the district. Maybe my staff will have a computer and a laptop talking to the sheriffs, the police departments, the community leaders, so they can find out really what the issues are, and then they can relay those back to me in Congress. To me, also, my approach would be, like I said, common sense, but also putting the district first. Second. For me, the Constitution comes first and then the district. And at the end of the day, we're fighting to solve problems, not create more of them. And it's not about left or right. It's about doing what's right for the district.
Would you like to respond? Any?
No, I think actually I saw Ryan a lot on the campaign trail. In fact, he and I were basically the only ones out there on the Republican side campaigning. So I think we agree on more things than we differ. So I don't have anything more to add.
Mr. Tebrugge, a question from the audience. Do you think Congress should do more to take back its legislative responsibilities under the Constitution? If so, how?
I'm a little confused on specifically what they're referring to on that. Really, at the end of the day, we need to support the Constitution, but we also need to support the people. The Constitution was the foundation, but where lawmakers had the opportunity to make good laws in retrospect of where maybe the shortcomings of that Constitution may be. So I think we just need to really focus what we do as policymakers to focus on the people and the districts and just put common sense solutions out.
Ms. Bowlby, do you think Congress should do more to take back its legislative responsibilities under the Constitution? If so, how?
I think the Constitution is a guiding principle for this country. And I watch TV every day and listen to the news, and I see things going on that I really question whether the Constitution is being followed. I think Congress has a responsibility as a check on the executive branch, and I think that when we look at that, that has to be the guiding principle. And I just, we could start picking out incidences. I think that we all come to mind when we wonder if we're going astray. And I really feel that has to continue to be the guiding principle, and as an American, that's what I would choose to do.
Mr. Tebrugge, would you like to add anything?
No, thank you.
Ms. Bowlby, what would you like to see done to bring down consumer prices?
I think one of the first things, and I think I'm going to answer this first with farmers in mind. This district has 31% of it with farmers. Farmers have been hit with the tariffs, and that has had an effect in terms of hurting their market for a year. The deal that was cut between China and Brazil literally cut farmers out of that market for a year. So they were left with trying to decide to sell their products for a lower price or store them, which was a cost. Now that trickle-down effect happens to you because the tariffs have also increased your grocery prices. I mean, I just saw where the cost of coffee had gone up something like 45% for the coffee drinkers in the room. So we are being hit with that type of thing. I think tariffs, it's not that tariffs can never be used, but they need to be used judiciously, and they should be used not chaotically, because that upsets the entire market.
Mr. Tebrugge, what would you like to see done to bring down consumer prices?
Shop local, for one. Supporting local business is the number one thing that I think that really we need in this district. There's a lot. I'm a small business owner, just like many probably people in this room, so I think that that's important to really focus our attention on our local government. We need to give tax incentives to businesses, but also to the employees. One of the things I see as a government worker is I work in compliance for information security, so I see where a lot of our money is being spent, and we're spending between $1,000 and $10,000 a computer at the state of Illinois, and I think that that's waste. We could easily lower that cost by actually addressing those issues of where we're actually using those government contracts. So that way we're better stewards of the government money, and I believe in transparency. I think people need to see, for one, where their money's going, but also we need to be able to show people, hey, here's where your tax dollars are being spent, so we can be better stewards of it. And I really, like I said, just supporting local business, but also giving tax incentives to trying to keep our taxes lower in Illinois, so you have more money in your pocket for your food and for your family vacations.
Ms. Bowlby, would you like to add anything?
No, I think that's good.
Okay. Mr. Tebrugge, what's the biggest challenge facing the 15th Congressional District?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's just one challenge. I think it's three. It's energy, taxes, and jobs. We need to have good paying union jobs in this area, which I'm a proponent for nuclear energy because that helps bring our energy bills, but it also creates nuclear energy. And then we need to bring our taxes down. We need to be better stewards of our money, and like I said, transparency. So I think it's not just one problem. It's multiple problems.
Ms. Bowlby, what's the biggest challenge facing the 15th Congressional District?
I would agree with Ryan in that I think there are multiple challenges here. Like I said, this district probably on the average has, if you take the loss of what I said, the community project funding, a lot of other congressmen got anywhere from $1 to $3 million a year. If you take that and you look at it over 5 or 6 years, you're out about anywhere from $6 to $18 million that could have come back, again, in infrastructure and in many other things. The tariff issue has hurt. I think you have a congressman that has not showed up for you, and I think that is one of the biggest problems here that you're facing.
Would you like to add anything?
I just would echo that. When you don't show up, you don't know what the problems are. And I think that's where Congresswoman Mary Miller, she only shows up for photo ops and she shows up for when it's convenient. And I think that that's really what, I do think that that is one of the issues, but like we both said, that I think there's more than one issue here that's facing the district.
It's time now for closing comments. We'll start with you, Ms. Bowlby.
When I was preparing for this event, I actually ran across a quote that was anonymous. And I believe it holds some truth. It goes like this: bad candidates are elected by good citizens who don't vote. I urge all of us to vote on March 17th. Remember, the power of the ballot box remains the foundation of our democracy, and your support will help me continue my career goal of working hard to solve problems for people of all walks of life.
Mr. Tebrugge?
The biggest difference, and I think me and Judy are both on the same page about this, is the district comes first. We're not chasing political views. We're not chasing clicks. We're focused on the district. And I think that's where me and her are very much alike. And I think also what separates us is that we can think for ourselves. We don't need to be told what to think. We actually can look at critical analysis and engage with the voters. And we don't have to be told by any party what's right, what's wrong. It's about doing what's right for the district. And I think that that's the most important thing in this area.
The 15th is a huge district geographically. Please thank these candidates for coming out here tonight.